What if I told you that reality is constantly trying to talk to you, but you've been trained to ignore it every single day? Subtle messages are being placed in your path, moments too precise to be accidents. The song that plays just as you think. Of someone. The number that follows you everywhere. The stranger you randomly meet who has the exact answer you were searching for. You've brushed them off as coincidences, but deep down you've always felt there was something more. And you're right, synchronicities are not accidents. They are messages, patterns embedded in reality itself, nudging you towards something greater. Ancient civilizations knew this. Mystics and philosophers studied it, but modern society calls it luck, chance, randomness, because the system does not want you to realize the truth. These moments are proof that the universe is not what you've been told it is. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and reveal what synchronicities really are, why they happen, and how you can use them to reshape your life. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned to believe in a world of logic, structure, and predictability. Everything had to have a rational explanation, and anything that didn't fit within that framework was dismissed as coincidence or imagination. But what if that conditioning wasn't just an accident? What if it was designed to keep you blind to the deeper forces at play? Think back to your childhood. As a child, you were naturally in tune with patterns, energy, and intuition. You noticed things, how certain events lined up perfectly, how you could sense when something was about to happen, how you instinctively knew when someone was thinking about you. But what happened when you shared these experiences? You were told, it's just your imagination. You were taught to ignore those feelings, to trust only what could be measured, proven, and categorized. The system taught you that the world was purely physical, a machine with no mystery, no deeper intelligence, just a series of random, unrelated events. And so, slowly but surely, you stopped paying attention. Education played a massive role in this suppression. Schools didn't teach you how to listen to your intuition, recognize synchronicities, or understand energy. They taught you to memorize facts, follow rules, and obey. Authority, creativity, imagination, and abstract thinking were systematically pushed aside in favor of logical reasoning and hard data. If you couldn't see it, weigh it, or measure it, it wasn't real. And questioning this model, that was discouraged. The entire system is built on the idea that you must only trust external authority, never your own inner knowing. Science became the ultimate gatekeeper of truth. Not real science, the kind that explores the unknown, but the mainstream rigid materialist version that tells you everything is random, meaningless, and explainable by chance. Under this model, synchronicities are nothing more than cognitive biases, your brain playing tricks on you. You see the number 1111 on the clock over and over again, that's just confirmation bias. You meet the perfect person at exactly the right time. Just luck. Everything is stripped of deeper meaning, leaving you disconnected from the forces that guide you. But here's what they don't tell you. Some of the greatest minds in history, Carl Jung, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, all recognized that reality isn't as random as we've been led to believe. They understood that synchronicities, patterns, and hidden connections were clues to a greater truth. And yet society ridicules those who take these experiences seriously. Talk about synchronicities openly, and you'll be labeled superstitious, irrational, or even delusional. The people who embrace these signs are cast aside as spiritual nuts, while those who conform to the materialist worldview are praised as logical, practical, intelligent, and reasonable. This isn't an accident. It's social conditioning. If you want to control a population, the first step is making sure they never discover their own power. Because the moment you start paying attention to synchronicities, you start realizing something profound. You are connected to something much larger than yourself. Some truths are too deep for YouTube, and I can't share everything here. That's why I created Insights Academy, where we uncover the full story behind reality's hidden forces. If you sign up today, you'll receive an ebook copy of the Kybalion, one of the most powerful texts on universal laws. Go to the link in the description and enter your email before it's gone. The real reason they don't want you to notice synchronicities is because they reveal a crack in the illusion. They show you that reality isn't just a cold, indifferent machine. It's an interconnected web responding to your thoughts, emotions, and energy. Once you start seeing the patterns, you can't unsee them. And that's where the real awakening begins, because the next question is, if synchronicities aren't random, then what are they? Where do they come from? And why do they seem to increase the more you become aware of them? Let's go deeper. At some point in your life, you've had an experience so precise, so perfectly timed, that it felt impossible to be random. You think about someone you haven't spoken to in years, and they suddenly call you. You open a book to a random page, and the words in front of you answer the exact question that's been on your mind. You notice a repeating sequence of numbers, 811, 222, 333, showing up everywhere, as if reality itself is leaving clues in your path. These aren't accidents, they are messages. And the more you start paying attention, the more they appear. But here's the real secret. Synchronicities are not just coincidences. They are deliberate signals from a deeper intelligence, a force that has been quietly guiding you your entire life. The universe is not a collection of random, disconnected events. It is an interconnected field of energy and consciousness. Every thought you have, every intention you set, every emotion you experience sends out a frequency, like a radio signal. And synchronicities are the universe's way of responding. They are the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the physical and the metaphysical, the conscious and the subconscious. Carl Jung, one of the greatest thinkers of modern psychology, coined the term synchronicity after witnessing countless examples of events aligning in ways that defied logic. He believed these meaningful coincidences were not random, but rather expressions of the deeper, hidden order of reality, a concept that ancient spiritual traditions had understood for centuries. Eastern philosophies call it karma. Mystics refer to it as divine timing. Quantum physicists describe it as non-locality, the idea that everything in the universe is fundamentally connected beyond space and time. But mainstream science avoids this topic, dismissing it as mere illusion, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Consider this. The entire universe is built on patterns and interconnected structures. Nature follows fractal geometry. Planetary orbits align in mathematically perfect ratios. Your DNA is encoded with repeating sequences. Everything in existence operates through patterns, cycles, and relationships. So why would human experience be any different? Why would your thoughts, emotions, and decisions not follow an underlying structure? The answer is they do, and synchronicities are proof of that hidden design. They are the glitches in the matrix, the moments where the underlying order of the universe reveals itself. And once you start seeing them, you begin to realize that reality is far more malleable than you were taught. But if synchronicities are messages, then the question becomes, who or what is sending them? Some believe synchronicities come from a higher version of yourself, guiding you toward the right path. Others believe they are signals from the collective unconscious, the vast, shared reservoir of human thought and experience that Jung described. Some even believe that synchronicities are hints from an external intelligence, whether you call it the universe, God, source energy, or a simulation attempting to communicate with its players. Whatever their origin, one thing is certain: synchronicities are not meaningless. They are invitations to wake up, to pay attention, and to shift your awareness from autopilot to conscious creation. Because the moment you start recognizing them, the illusion of randomness begins to crumble, and that leads to the next question. If synchronicities aren't random, then how exactly do they work? What is happening beneath the surface that causes these perfect alignments? And more importantly, how can you harness them to transform your life? The answer lies in understanding the hidden mechanics behind reality itself. Let's go deeper. If synchronicities are messages from a deeper intelligence, then the next question is, how do they actually work? What is happening beneath the surface that causes these perfect alignments to appear in your life? The truth is, there is a hidden mechanism that explains why certain events seem to connect in ways that defy logic. And once you understand this mechanism, you'll realize that you have more influence over reality than you've been led to believe. At the core of synchronicities lies a simple but powerful principle. Your mind is not just a passive observer of reality. It is an active participant in shaping it. Modern neuroscience confirms that your brain filters reality based on what you focus on. This is called the reticular activating system, RIAS, a network in your brainstem that determines what information reaches your conscious mind. Have you ever noticed that after you buy a new car, you suddenly see that exact model everywhere? The cars were always there, but your mind simply wasn't filtering them in, until now. The same thing happens with synchronicities. The moment you start noticing them, believing in them and expecting them, your brain shifts focus, and suddenly they appear more frequently. But this goes even deeper than neuroscience. Quantum physics has long suggested that consciousness plays a fundamental role in shaping reality. The famous double-slit experiment showed that the mere act of observation changes the behavior of particles at a subatomic level. This means that reality is not a fixed, independent structure. It is responsive. Your thoughts, emotions, and focus literally interact with the fabric of the universe. Now combine this with the law of vibration, one of the fundamental principles of metaphysics. Everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs also carry specific vibrations, and these frequencies dictate what you attract into your life. If you're constantly thinking about fear, scarcity, and limitation, your energy aligns with those experiences, and you begin noticing patterns that reinforce them. But when you shift your frequency, when you focus on alignment, purpose, and synchronicities, reality starts to mirror that back to you. This is why people who awaken to synchronicities suddenly experience more of them. It's not just that they're noticing them, it's that their energy is shifting and reality is responding. Accordingly, when you focus on signs, patterns, and messages, you are tuning your consciousness into the hidden order of the universe, much like turning a radio dial to the right frequency. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Your subconscious plays a massive role in generating synchronicities. While your conscious mind is focused on daily tasks, your subconscious is constantly processing deeper connections, linking information, and picking up on patterns. When you set an intention, whether consciously or unconsciously, your subconscious mind starts aligning events in ways that lead you toward that outcome. This is why people who strongly believe in synchronicities experience them more frequently. Their subconscious is actively participating in the alignment of reality. Now, skeptics will argue that all of this is just selective attention, that synchronicities are nothing more than random events your brain chooses to notice. But if that were the case, why do these events so often carry deep personal meaning? Why do they perfectly align with your thoughts, emotions, and inner experiences at the exact right moment? And why do they have the uncanny ability to guide people toward life-changing decisions? Because synchronicities are not coincidences. They are a form of communication between your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the deeper intelligence that governs reality. The key is knowing how to work with them instead of against them. Because once you start intentionally aligning with synchronicities, they don't just appear more often, they become a tool for transformation. And that leads to an even bigger revelation. Why do some people experience synchronicities constantly, while others never seem to? What separates those who live in perfect alignment from those who remain disconnected? The answer may surprise you. Let's go deeper. If synchronicities are happening all the time, why do some people experience them constantly, while others barely notice them at all? Why do certain individuals seem effortlessly guided by life's hidden patterns, while others feel lost in randomness? The answer is simple: awareness, alignment, and belief. Most people live their entire lives in a state of disconnection, trapped in a mindset of logic, doubt, and rigid materialism. They are conditioned to believe that life is purely mechanical, that things happen due to cause and effect, that luck is random, and that the universe is indifferent. This belief system acts as a mental barrier that blocks synchronicities from appearing in their lives. Even when meaningful coincidences happen, they brush them off as irrelevant, refusing to acknowledge the deeper patterns at play. Think of it like this. Imagine you're in a pitch-black room filled with radio waves. Hundreds of stations are playing at the same time, but if you don't have a radio tuned to the right frequency, you won't hear anything, the E. Same applies to synchronicities. If your mind isn't tuned into the frequency of alignment, you'll never notice the signals that reality is constantly sending you. Now contrast that with people who live in tune with synchronicities. These individuals are not special. They have simply trained their minds to be receptive to the signs around them. They don't dismiss strange alignments as mere chance. Instead, they pay attention, trust their intuition, and follow the patterns. And here's the fascinating part. The more you acknowledge synchronicities, the more they happen. This is because of two key factors: the subconscious mind and the law of vibration. Your subconscious mind is constantly absorbing information beyond what your conscious mind is aware of. It picks up on subtle patterns, hidden connections, and unseen opportunities. When you focus on synchronicities, you are training your subconscious to seek out more of them. It's like programming a search engine. Once you tell your mind that synchronicities are important, it starts filtering reality in a way that brings them to your attention more frequently. Here's the subconscious connection. This is why some people seem to have uncanny luck. They are unconsciously directing their reality, aligning themselves with opportunities, and noticing signs that others ignore. Their subconscious is wired for synchronicity. Moving on to the law of vibration, everything in the universe operates on frequency, including your thoughts and emotions. When you are in a low vibrational state filled with fear, doubt, or negativity, your energy contracts and your awareness shrinks. This makes it harder to recognize synchronicities because your perception is locked into survival mode, focused on immediate concerns rather than the bigger picture. On the other hand, when you raise your vibration through gratitude, mindfulness, curiosity, and intention, you become more aligned with the flow of the universe. Your energy expands, and you start attracting synchronicities because your consciousness is now operating on a frequency that allows them to come through. This is why people who meditate, practice mindfulness, or engage in deep introspection often report a massive increase in synchronicities. They have cleared the mental noise and tuned their awareness to the hidden order of reality. But there's one more crucial element: trust. People who experience frequent synchronicities are those who trust the process. They don't question whether a sign is real or not. They follow it, they act on the signals, and in doing so, they reinforce the pattern. When you acknowledge, trust, and act on synchronicities, they multiply. And here's where most people fail. They experience synchronicities, but they don't take action. They see the signs, but they hesitate, second-guess, or ignore them entirely. This weakens the connection and causes the synchronicities to fade. Because synchronicities are not just messages, they are opportunities for alignment. The universe is showing you a door, but it's up to you to step through it. So now the real question is, how do you strengthen this connection? How do you recognize, interpret, and act on synchronicities in a way that allows them to become a guiding force in your life? The answer lies in learning how to decode the signs, and that's exactly what we're about to uncover. Let's go deeper. Synchronicities are happening around you all the time. The problem is, most people don't know how to recognize them, or worse, they dismiss them as random. But once you understand how to identify these patterns and decode their meaning, you'll begin to see that reality has been speaking to you all along. The first step to working with synchronicities is awareness. You need to shift your mindset from assuming life is random to understanding that everything is connected. The universe communicates through symbols, patterns, and timing. These signs will often appear in three distinct forms: numbers and repeating patterns. Have you ever noticed the same numbers appearing over and over again? 1111, 2 and 22, 333. These number sequences are not coincidences. Numbers carry vibrational frequencies, and when they start showing up in your life, it means something is shifting in your reality. In ancient mysticism, numbers were considered the blueprint of creation, and seeing specific sequences often signals an alignment of energy. Pay attention to what you're thinking or feeling when these numbers appear. Your subconscious is trying to tell you something. Symbolic encounters, synchronicities, often appear in the form of objects, animals or symbols that hold meaning for you, a specific song playing at just the right moment, a phrase repeated by multiple people in the same day, a certain animal crossing your path. It's all part of a larger message. The key is to trust that if something feels significant, it is. Unlikely events and meaningful coincidences. These are the moments when things line up perfectly in ways that logic can't explain. You are about to give up on a dream, and suddenly an opportunity lands in your lap. You randomly bump into the right person at exactly the right time. These moments are not random. They are guiding forces designed to push you in the right direction. So how do you decode these synchronicities? It starts with asking the right questions. When a synchronicity appears, stop and reflect. What was I thinking or feeling right before this happened? What decision am I currently facing? And how does this relate? Does this confirm or challenge something I've been questioning? Is there a pattern here? Has this happened before? One of the most powerful tools you can use is a synchronicity journal. Start writing down every time something unusual or meaningful happens. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns forming. You'll notice recurring symbols, repeated messages, and clear guidance emerging. The more you track synchronicities, the more they will appear. But here's the secret. Recognizing synchronicities is only the first step. Acting on them is what transforms your life. If you see a repeating sign telling you to take action, do it. If you keep encountering the same message, it's because the universe is waiting for you to respond. The people who live in, flow with synchronicities are the ones who trust and act. And this leads us to the final piece of the puzzle: how to consciously attract more synchronicities into your life. Because once you understand how to open the channel, you can begin using synchronicities as a tool to create real change. Let's go deeper. Recognizing synchronicities is one thing, but learning how to use them as a tool for transformation is where the real power lies. The truth is, synchronicities are not just signs, they are invitations. They are opportunities to shift, to align, to step into a reality where things flow effortlessly in your favor. The question is, are you paying attention? And more importantly, are you willing to act? Most people treat synchronicities as something mystical but passive, as if they are simply fun coincidences to notice. But in reality, synchronicities are a form of direct communication between you and the deeper intelligence of the universe. They are signals that you are in alignment, or warnings that you are not. The people who experience the most synchronicities are not just lucky, they are conscious creators of their reality. So, how do you use synchronicities to reshape your life? It comes down to 3 key steps: intention, alignment, and action. Set a clear intention. Synchronicities respond to focus. The more specific your thoughts and desires, the clearer the signs become. If you want guidance, ask for it, literally. Set an intention. Show me a sign that I'm on the right path. Reveal to me the next step toward my purpose. Bring me the right people, opportunities, and circumstances. The key is to be open to how the answers come. The universe does not communicate in linear, predictable ways. It speaks through symbols, emotions, and experiences. The more you ask, the more you will start to notice the signs appearing all around. You align your energy. Synchronicities are a reflection of your vibrational state. If you're in a state of resistance, doubt, fear, or over-analyzing, you block the flow. But when you step into a state of trust, excitement, and receptivity, the signs begin to accelerate. This is why synchronicities tend to spike during periods of major change, when you are stepping into an unknown but aligned path. One of the fastest ways to increase synchronicities is to raise your frequency. Practices like meditation, gratitude, visualization, and deep self-reflection put you in a state of openness where synchronicities can flow freely. If you've ever experienced a period of life where things seem to magically fall into place, it wasn't magic. It was alignment. Take aligned action. This is where most people fail. They see the signs, but they hesitate. They second guess. They wait for more confirmation. But synchronicities are not just messages to observe, they are catalysts for action. If you keep seeing the same number, phrase, or symbol over and over again, it's not random. It's a nudge. If you're being drawn toward a new path, person, or opportunity, that is the universe opening a door for you. The key is to walk through it. And here's the most important part. Synchronicities multiply when you follow them. The moment you start trusting the guidance and acting on it, reality begins to rearrange itself in your favor. The more you listen, the louder the signs get. The universe rewards movement. People who live their lives in deep flow with synchronicities do not ignore the signs. They take action. And as a result, they begin to live in a state where opportunities, connections, and moments of perfect timing become normal. They are not waiting for life to happen to them. They are co-creating with it. And this is where you must make a choice. Now that you understand what synchronicities are, how they work, and how to use them, what will you do with this knowledge? Because the final step is to integrate this into your daily life, to step fully into the path of awareness, connection, and alignment. And that's exactly what we're going to do next. Let's go deeper. Now that you know the truth about synchronicities, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Because most people, after hearing everything we've just uncovered, will go right back to their old patterns. They'll notice a synchronicity, feel a moment of wonder, and then dismiss it as coincidence. They'll receive a sign pointing them toward something new, but they'll hesitate, overthink, and let fear stop them from taking the leap. They'll stay in the loop of doubt, waiting for more proof, waiting for something bigger, waiting for certainty. But here's the truth. Certainty never comes before action. The system has trained you to ignore these signs, to explain them away, to stay disconnected from the deeper intelligence guiding your life. But now, you see it. Now, you understand that reality is not random. It is structured, intelligent, and responsive. And more importantly, you are a part of that structure. Your thoughts, emotions, and choices shape the path ahead of you. You are not just moving through reality. You are co-creating it. So what does this mean? It means that synchronicities are not just happening to you. They are happening for you. Every alignment, every moment of perfect timing, every repeating number, symbol, or message is an invitation. An invitation to step into a new way of being, an I. Invitation to trust, to expand, to align, and most importantly, to act. If there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this. Do not ignore the signs. The universe speaks in whispers first. If you don't listen, the messages get louder. If you keep ignoring them, the synchronicities stop, and you fall back into unconscious patterns, drifting without direction. But if you listen, if you start treating synchronicities as real, if you follow where they lead, your entire life can change. The people who experience the most synchronicities are not lucky. They are paying attention. They are acting on intuition. They are trusting the process. And because of that, life moves in ways that seem effortless, as if something is working behind the scenes to align everything in their favor. Because something is. But here's the thing. There's far more to this than I can share here. That's why Insights Academy exists, to go deeper into what we're not supposed to know. And if you sign up now, you'll also get the Kybalion ebook for free. Don't miss this chance. Go to the link in the description now. Now you've seen the patterns, you've felt the alignments. Now it's time to stop second-guessing and start trusting. Pay attention. Follow the signs, act on them. Because once you step into alignment, you'll realize that synchronicities are not rare at all. They are everywhere, waiting for you to wake up and finally see them. If this video resonated with you, let us know by commenting. I understood it.